So what is the MG Hector like to drive? We've driven the diesel, that is going to be a separate video. Right now what we're going to discuss is the big major change that we've seen in the petrol Hector, which is the introduction of the CVT and the discontinuation of the DCT. And the CVT is finally here. The gearbox was a much awaited change because the DCT wasn't doing that well. The customers were not responding to it, and the fuel efficiency was on the lower side. The CVT, as we know, changes all of that dramatically. And what that does is it brings in efficiency, brings in ease of driving. And CVTs, as we know, have two pulleys that are infinitely moving around and creating the rubber band effect, and at the same time it keeps on moving without any jerks. So what that has done to the already impressive and comfortable Hector is that the powertrain has become so much smooth and so much linear with the CVT. Along with the engine also, I am assuming there is some change with the BS6 2.0, because the engine feels very subdued, very linear, and the torque delivery is bottom line flat all the way from top to bottom. CVT also does that, but I think the engine has also gone even more refined. It feels much more smoother than before, and that has made the entire driving experience even more comfortable and jerk free. So the already impressive Hector becomes even good with the CVT. There is of course the rubber band effect that you will notice. The noise will creep inside the cabin, but it will not be irritating, because Hector has had one of the best sound insulations from the engine bay. The huge bonnet and the insulation on the inside of it makes sure that there is hardly anything that is irritating you. Any sort of noise that comes from the engine isn't irritating you, will just notice it. So one of the key points is the NVH of the Hector continues to be solid. And that is really well emphasized and really taken to the next level with the CVT. And we are really impressed with what the Hector now offers. A 1.5 liter petrol motor with almost 150 bhp and 250 newton meters of torque, and that makes drivability in the city excellent. Mid-range is great, top end is good, you can cruise at 120, and with the full load as well. Of course, when you are fully loaded with a lot of people on a ghat section, it should not be a problem, because low end is also tuned quite well. There won't be much effort, if there might be a bit of effort, but not much effort in pushing this car ahead. And that is the best part, because CVT I think is a fantastic choice for city cars, because Hector is after all an SUV. It gets a petrol engine, and people want a petrol SUV to roam around in the city. With the CVT gearbox, that makes a lot of sense. So MG's gotten the gearbox just right. They've chosen the right gearbox. A torque converter would have made more sense for some people, but then again, the MG Hector hasn't been a driver's SUV. It is a comfortable car. It's not very sporty, it doesn't have great handling. The steering is light and precise, but it doesn't offer great feedback. It gets heavy on the highway as well. The brakes are good, the tires are just about okay, but it's the body roll and the sporty handling, body roll that is present in abundance, and the sporty handling which isn't seen here. So a torque converter makes more sense over there. Here it doesn't. And like I already explained what the handling is all about. It's safe and predictable, but there is a lot of body roll in the corners. It stays stable in the corners and on the highway at triple digit speeds at straight while you're going in the straight line. It is really stable and very comfortable over any sort of bad roads. And the overall Hector continues to be very impressive, comfortable, good on NVH, ride quality is excellent, very easy to drive. The CVT turbo combination is fantastic. It's a really welcome move. What is my verdict after analyzing what the interior, exterior, driving and pricing is? Let's find out. So finally we are done driving the MG Hector in the petrol and diesel avatar. We are going to sum up our thoughts on the diesel as well as on the petrol. Let's begin with the petrol engine first. This is an engine that has now received a CVT gearbox. We are very happy to see that turbo petrol and CVT combination is seen here. It is a great combination to have, but MG is also hiding certain figures about the fuel efficiency of the car, and the distance to empty of the car is not visible in the MID. But nevertheless, the tank is quite big, so the range is quite high. You will still get around 10 to 13 kilometers per liter as per our testing, and we see that as a good win over the DCT for sure. It is a huge step up from the DCT. The powertrain has become so much smoother and better. There is it is much better than before, despite CVT has its own flaws, which we explained you in the driving part. But most importantly, while we were test driving this car, the value was always good. And till the time I'm filing this story, I'm doing this video, MG has decided to cut down the price of the MG Hector by almost 2.5 lakh rupees on certain variants, are even have also received a price cut, which are also around, let's say, around the start from around 50-70,000 rupees to 1.5 lakh rupees. So every variant that you choose, petrol or diesel, you're going to get a big discount this time, and this is a proper ex-showroom price cut. And if you can get any discounts from the dealership end, then this is going to be absolutely fantastic. The MG has again changed the game. This almost becomes as good as it was launched earlier, and that makes terrific sense for you to get an SUV like the MG Hector, which is loaded to the gills when it comes to features and technology and comfort. Of course, the ride and handling still isn't there, but the bigger wheels do sort out certain problems to a certain extent, but not by a big margin. But then again, the comfort, the space, the technology that is on offer, the features that are on offer makes the MG Hector, for people who want comfort and space over everything else, it becomes an ideal choice. One of the reasons why you see the MG Hector a lot on the streets, even the new ones start to come up very quickly, is because the fantastic pricing and sales and after sales support, and with the financial schemes that MG has on offer, makes it even more lucrative to get this car. And it's just easily visible on the road on why MG is doing really well. Their sales charts are doing really well, and that is where the MG Hector stands. It has become better in every way. At the same time, there are still room for improvement in certain areas. We hope that is coming very soon as well. Until then, thank you so much for watching our videos. Come to our website for everyday news. Follow us on social media for everyday news. Until then, goodbye.